Hello Ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games, back again with another ARK news video update. I know I'm back after the last one where I absolutely just had a rage and I had to quit. I am back. Of course I'm back. I love ARK Survival Evolved. It's one of my favourite games of all time. So I'm never not going to beat on the game. But just like it is when you have an argument with your friends or someone you love, sometimes you can have an argument and sometimes you just got to have a bit of space and then you're refreshed, you can sort things out and everything's good. So, before we go on to anything details of that, we are looking at some tweets. Now, these come out last night. Like I said, I just gave it a break. I spent a good sort of 12, 14 hours away from ARK. I didn't look anything up. I've just been playing some other games and just having a bit of a chill out time. And so we have had some posts. Basically, this one from Jeremy Stieglitz. We'll submit Xbox hotfix to Microsoft this weekend and hopefully see it live Monday, Tuesday this week. Thank you for all helping us solve this. So that's great. At least we've got some sort of idea that hopefully it will be fixed. Now, if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, many people who only play on PvP servers or PvE servers, dedicated ones, have had no problems, no issues. So they might not have even seen the problems or issues that lots of other people have had. But there has been major game crashes for, I'd say, the majority of people. I don't know anyone that has not been booted out of their game once or twice while playing. And that's just simply not the case normally. It's never normally that bad. So fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. And I want to talk as well about ARK and what it means to me, because I think some people, I've had mostly positive comments come back on my last video where I quit halfway through the video. I am a dedicated ARK player. I do nothing but look up information for you guys. I've done over like 30 different tutorials and guides about ARK Survival Evolved. I've done over 20 episodes of a Let's Play. I've got together with another group, a bunch of YouTubers on the Dodo Loco server, all playing ARK Survival Evolved. So I don't think anyone can accuse me of not knowing what ARK's about and not understanding ARK and not loving ARK. I love ARK. But it doesn't mean you have to always like ARK, you know, or the game that you always play. You've got to be able to be constructive and you've got to be able to be really positive with criticism sometimes. I think if the ARK developers only ever got people that really loved their game comment on it and, you know, never gave them any feedback at all about problems with the game or ever feedback about how they feel about things that are happening, they'd never make a better game. They'd never improve themselves. They'd never improve the game. So it's good to give constructive commentary and give constructive feedback, and that's what I do. I do news videos. Sometimes they're great, most of the time they're great. I've done maybe 2 videos where I've kind of said I think this wildcard have got something wrong, and you know what, to me it's okay. I'm dedicated to ARK. I think I've got that position where I can say stuff, and you know, if you take it you take it, if you don't take it you don't take it. You don't have to listen, just unsubscribe and that's fine. But it's just like an argument literally with your best friend. You know, I've always believed you can't get along with someone, really know them, unless you've had an argument with them. I used to have lots of this with friends. We'd be friends for ages and ages, and then we had an argument sometimes, and then afterwards our friendship was much better. Sometimes arguments can cause it the other way and you're never friends again, but it's sometimes good to just vent out, you know, what you're feeling. And so a couple of people commented saying, you know, how can you be critical, or why are you being critical of ARK? I can be critical of ARK because I've paid for the game, I've paid for it, you know, in the time I've invested, and I've been supporting the game. You know, I don't think there's many YouTubers out there that support the game as much as me, in terms of being on Xbox anyway. Definitely PC, there's lots of big YouTubers out there. But in terms of pure content, I think I've released more ARK content than any other YouTuber on Xbox right now. If you know anyone else that's released more videos about ARK Survival Evolved in the last 6 months, go ahead and let me know, you know, on Xbox. And don't get me wrong, on PC, I know there's a lot of big YouTubers out there release daily content, but I've been releasing daily content on ARK for at least 4 months now. And before that, I was releasing content at least 3 or 4 times a week. So, you know, I feel that gives me a position where I can be critical sometimes. And you know what? They got it wrong. They got this massively wrong. They should have had this sewn up. Everyone is blaming Microsoft's Q&A team and saying it's their fault that it didn't get passed through. Come on, guys. It's not Microsoft's fault for not spotting a mistake that wildcard didn't know about or didn't fix or didn't do. the problem relies with wildcards and their testing. You can't blame Microsoft for sometimes not going through everything. For most of the people with the game, actually, there wasn't many problems. It kind of built up, so it feels like there's a memory problem with it. Lots of people found that they could play for the first few days and everything was okay. I played with a Titanosaur, I played with some trees, platforms and stuff like that. I even done an adventure with the Dodo Loco crew. So for lots of things, it wasn't massively a big problem at the beginning. But as the days went on, the problems become more and more and more and more. So I definitely think there's a problem with the memory of the game. So that is why I feel that I can be critical. I can say to them, you know, they should have vetted it earlier. They should have known what was going on. And the reason I'm saying this is because the game was meant to be out last month. I don't know if many of you remember this, but the game was meant to be released in June. Now they delayed it. That's fine. They've obviously got lots of things to work on, hence all the bug problems and issues. And yes, they've been adding more content. But there does come a point, even with an early access game, even with a game in beta, where you don't expect game crashing issues to pop up. You know, the game has got a lot of money behind it. They've got a lot of developers working on it. There shouldn't be game crashes like this so early into it. I mean, you think of any other games that you can tell me had big game crashes that happened within release. I can think of a couple. I can think of Skyrim on the PS3. I think that had the biggest issue there. They literally did not have enough to cope with the architecture of Skyrim, and for ages, for months, they had to keep updating it and patching it until they could fix it. Lots of Ubisoft games have been just awful, you know, not being able to play it. GTA Online, when GTA went online, it completely froze up. No one could get on the game for days. So again, GTA 5 that is. So again, that's another example. These games do have much bigger development teams. I'll give Ark and Wildcard that. The games I've just mentioned have got huge resources, much bigger than Ark will ever have at the moment. So yes, them games definitely shouldn't have had them problems. But I still feel like we shouldn't be having these problems now. You know, the game should be in the optimization phase. The game should be coming out in the next 3 to 4 months. If you've watched any of my news videos, if you've not watched them, I'll give you the lowdown. The game won't be coming out till Christmas time. You know, that's what I've pointed to. That's what bits of information I've gathered from here, there and everywhere, because they've still not give us a concrete release date. And that's another thing I'm critical of. You know, give us something. You've got to tell us a release date. It would be amazing. I think it would smooth over a lot of negative feeling. And trust me, there is a lot of negative feeling. This isn't just me going on some massive rant just because I couldn't do some videos over the weekend. You know, I'm here. I'm on Twitter all day long. I check things all day long. I check the forum sites. If you take a look at this one, there's 250 posts in this one topic. Now that might not seem like a lot, but not many people actually use the Ark community forums on Xbox. Not as many as you would think. And they're just filled with problems. And in fact, there is only 250 posts because they actually closed the topic to further replies. So that means there could have been hundreds more, but it became such a big deal that they was getting so many issues they actually closed the topic. I mean, that's not good either. I can't believe they've closed that. They've asked people to help them out and put updates out, and then have closed the actual topic line, so you can't actually add anything to this thing. I uploaded all 3 videos that I showed you guys where I was trying to log into the game, and I tried the fixes, tried the hard reset. I did do the hard reset properly. I know how to do the hard reset properly. I've done everything, killed wild dinos, done all that business, and nothing really was working. So, you know, I feel like I can be critical. I will love them tomorrow. I will promote their game heavily all the way up to release. I'm going to promote it all the way through the game because it's done wonders for me and my channel, and likewise I feel like I've gave some views to Ark that maybe weren't there. Over 460,000 views have been generated through my Ark videos in the last 5 months. And I do feel like I could be critical. I do feel like I can be constructive though. So don't get me wrong. I'm not just bashing them. I try and be constructive. I try and tell them where I think things, you know, should be improved and what I think they can do and why I think there's a problem. So I definitely feel like they should need to pull some resources. They should stop working on SOTF for consoles. Survival of the fittest. No, not many people want it. You know, from again all the forums that I look at, all I have seen is negativity usually about SOTF coming out. You know, people want survival first, and SOTF is an amazing bonus, an amazing thing that they can work on, but people want survival evolved full game and on PlayStation. That's the 2 biggest problems that people seem to moan about the most. They want it full game released as soon as possible, and they want the PS4 as soon as possible. Now, I'm not saying rush the game. I don't want a game to come out and it just be awful because they rushed it and they've done anything with it. But I do think they could pour more resources into it. You know, take the resources away from survival of the fittest and put more concentration into optimization and polishing so that the game can be released in the next couple months and it works. You know, everything's good with it. It's controlled. Fine, if it's a light on content, then they can release some updates to add content through the way. Even if it turns out to be DLC, you know, I'm not bothered with that at all. Go ahead and, you know, if you're going to add brand new maps, you're going to add, you know, all the things that Jeremy wants to do with procedurally generated maps, that can all be added in after release. For now, it's a great game. People will buy it just on what it is now. Don't necessarily think it needs huge amounts added to it right now. They just need to work on a final sort of tying in of the bosses and a reason why you're fighting the bosses and the raids. It doesn't have to be a story, but you know, the notes and things like that. It just needs to be a bit more on offer to take on the bosses and the raid bosses in the game. But yeah, just go ahead and work on it, guys. Please get the game finished. Work on it, get it finished. Don't release it at Christmas. Release it in September. You know, we will buy the game. Forget all the games coming out over winter. There is a big community around Ark Survival Evolved. People would love to see its final release. So please, guys, if you're watching, if anyone's watching from Survival, the development team, go ahead and, you know, go ahead and take on board what I'm saying. Or not. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can have an opinion. You can say almost what you want. As long as you're not hurting anyone directly or you're not being abusive or rude, then constructive criticism is completely okay. I get on my channel, I get some criticism that's just rubbish. It's just insults. I get constructive criticism from my subscribers and actually from some of the most loyal subscribers. And I love it when that happens. You know, that's the best kind. When someone says, Jade, you know what? In the last few videos I noticed something, or Jade, you know what, I think you could probably do this for your channel, that would work really well. That is the kind of criticism you want from things. So there you go, guys. I've given Ark some constructive criticism. I was pissed off, you know. I'm not going to stop doing Ark content, so don't worry, guys. I'm Ark all the way. I obviously still do other games though. I've always stressed that I will carry on doing other games because I like to add a bit of variety to my channel. Whether it's my weekend stuff for like younger viewers, whether it's older stuff like, you know, 7 Days to Die and Doom, they're the things that I want to do on my channel. And it's my channel, so you know what? I'll do what I want. There we go, guys. Oh, that was a good 10-minute rant there. You know, whatever you think about this video, whatever you disagree or agree, I think we can all agree we want the fix to come for Ark very soon. So hopefully it's going to come in the next few days. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Go and show them some love. Go and show it on the Twitter and say to them, thank you, guys. You know, let us know when it's due. Really looking forward to the fix and stuff like that. But don't be ever afraid to just give them ideas. Give them an idea of what is going on. Don't be rude about it, but let them know some feedback about what you feel about the game at the moment. There is nothing wrong in doing that, guys. That's what a good developer will take on board, is genuine feedback and genuine criticism or constructive criticism. Not insults, not rudeness, but actual conversations or, you know, bits of information that they could use or utilise to make the game better. So there you go, guys. I'm Jade Plays Games. I'm opinionated. I'm not going to say sorry for it. You know, that is me. That is the real me sometimes. I don't think a lot of you see the real me because I play games and I don't really get into the politics of it only on my Monday Moan show. And I haven't done that for a couple of weeks and I won't be doing one. I do believe a couple of subscribers, Kirk, said that I'd be doing a Monday Moan this week. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just let this little rant out and I'm going to leave it go, let it go now and just concentrate on good positive things happening. So I'm Jade Plays Games. Thanks for watching. Hit that button on a like. It's probably going to get some dislikes and really help me out. If you do support my channel, please hit that button on a like and I'll see you for Ark content new this week.